Hello and welcome to a game of Dota 2. We have here the second best of three for tonight, of the three best of threes by the way. EG and Denial will be fighting for a place in the winners bracket finals, which will be happening later tonight. And the loser will move on to the loser bracket round number 1 tomorrow, after which the loser bracket finals will be played. We are in Group C of the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament. Every group is a double elimination bracket, and the top 2 of each group will move on to the playoffs. With me here is Kanaz, who will be my co-caster for this best of 3. Kanaz, welcome back to the broadcast after being away for only a day. And you're muted. Not by me. I cannot hear you.
How about now?
How about now? Now I can hear you.
That's weird. My mute button doesn't work when I'm in Dota.
Oh.
So I was just stuck muted until I minimized. Okay.
Confusing.
Yeah, I don't know. My laptop is not something I normally use. Yeah, good to be back, even though it's only been a day.
Yeah. So, if you're talking about being on laptop and stuff, did you turn your microphone on inside the game?
I did turn my microphone
Wow.
on inside.
Shame on me for asking.
No, I remembered. I don't always, so it's a good thing to ask. But I'm getting better and better about it constantly.
Good. So EG Denial, I have to say, the last time these two teams faced was this weekend. Was best of 3, best of 5 in the semi-finals for the American Dota 2 League, and EG, they kind of 3-0'd Denial, and at the third game they had a Meepo and a Timber Saw.
10 seconds remaining.
And it was kind of one-sided for the last game at least. So hopefully for this time Denial will have learned from their mistakes and that time spent their time pondering what they did wrong, and we're gonna see if they can take a game off EG. And they start off with a Treant Protector, Wisp, Darkseer, Gyrocopter and Batrider getting banned out here.
Yeah, that game, I think I only watched the last game as well. I think the rest of the series was going on maybe when we were doing something over the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, they had a very silly lineup, most would say, but they were able to take it pretty convincingly against Denial. Hopefully Denial putting up a better fight today, and they start off pretty strong. Treant Protector, definitely one of the more powerful ones in the pool, I think, as far as most teams are concerned. They really just ban him out pretty commonly. It's also important to note EG do have a stand-in. Demon's not around apparently, so they have PowerNet standing in.
Yeah, of course, PowerNet, a known player in the scene, kind of an old school player if you will, though Demon does normally put his stamp on the games, so I'm kind of curious to see how PowerNet will do here. The OD already picked up by EG. There's still Weaver in the pool if Denial wants to go for that one with the Treant Protector, but at least Treant OD out, and Lone Druid indeed, as you said. I mean, this is a very solid hero to have on your team. Let's see what Denial pairs up with a Treant though, because of course having a Treant is really nice, but you have to actually do something with it. Like, you have to have some kind of plan with it and not just pick it up because, hey, he made it through to the draft. Let's pick him because we can. But they pick up a Templar Assassin, and Treant is actually quite nice as well, because Refraction combines with the Living Armor, make sure that the ticks of... You kind of extend your Refraction, basically.
Yeah, I guess one problem is that Templar is still not particularly great against Outworld in that mid lane matchup, just because mana cost of Refraction was increased so long ago at this point, and that was kind of when Templar started falling out of the scene. But you're also not going to have too much mana if Outworld is constantly using that Astral Imprisonment on you to drain your intelligence. So you can't rely on Refraction that much in the mid lane, and Templar, or Treant rather, helps with that. With the Living Armor, helps try and mitigate that by adding some additional survivability that way.
Yeah, very true. And we'll see the Weaver getting banned out, so no longer that one. It is Chen and a Visage getting denied by Denial. Sorry, I had to make that one. So heavy Micro Hero out of the pool for EG. But EG, they pick up a Keeper of the Light, and it seems they're going to be quite happy with that one. Solid hero, control hero, and, you know, if they want to delay the game, they have all the power to do so with the Keeper of the Light, and just buy time for Lone Druid to get fed, or even more fed than he already is, depending on how the game goes, of course. Denial so far looking for only mid-game, so let's see what they secure themselves for more late-game, or perhaps even a bit more early-game, as that is maybe something that they should be looking into, because mid-game, OD and Lone Druid will still be a pretty strong hero to have, or strong heroes to have, rather. Bane picked up by Denial now, so still not really showing that much of their cards.
No, they're still kind of hiding what they want to do with this lineup, picking up a lot of these sort of off the two main cores. Templar sort of can be there. Does usually mean aggression in the mid game, and Tinker also said that maybe they're going to go pretty heavily with the aggression in this middle game. A lot of nuke damage that can come out from Tinker. Of course, Marching the Machine's also powerful if they just want to try and stall up pushes or rock a little bit of split pushing themselves. Juggernaut on this side of EG, though, that could be a pretty mid-game intensive carry hero for them to be running here.
Yep. And it is EG that is for the first time really taking a bit into their bonus time. I mean, having Denial kind of show a bit more of their cards, as we just said. I mean, wow, I totally got blank there in my brain. That's awkward. Sorry, slightly distracted on the side screen as well. Just trying to sort something out. But yeah, Denial, they are still looking for possibly a carry, because with the Tinker and the Templar Assassin, which is going to be the mid game, which is going to be the off lane, and which is going to be the safe lane. We know that Tinkers can Ancient pull and stack. We know that they can solo safe lane. We've even seen them on the aggressive tri lane in actually a tri lane. I'm not really expecting that, but very versatile. Or maybe they want to run Templar Assassin as a bit more of a carry. But EG, they have decided that Tinker is going to be not played on a tri lane, and that the safe lane is still open, because they banned out an anti-mage with their last ban.
I think that's probably correct. It's possible that Denial are going for something like that, and they just want to run Tinker sort of safe lane farm, guarantee his boots of travel, and then once that happens, just start laying pressure everywhere on the map with a Templar Assassin who you kind of hope would be getting towards that Blink Dagger at that point as well. And if they get those close to the same time, that's a very, very strong timing for them to be able to move around, set up ganks everywhere. But if they want to grab another carry as well, it gives them a little bit better late game. They don't have to kind of commit all in to the mid game, which they would have to now if they're going to run safe lane Tinker, Templar Assassin mid and just grab like an offlaner here. I don't know. It's really up to Denial to decide what they want to do with that. And they grab Bounty Hunter, so it looks like that is what... Yeah, they're going to go really heavy in the mid game. This is probably the right call with Lone Druid, Outworld, and Juggernaut on the other side. They were already kind of committed in the draft to not be able to win if the game goes really late. So create as much power during that phase as you can. It looks like their strategy here. We'll see how it ends up working out for them.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, they like, it's kind of a do it or die thing. I never really liked that. But it could work out. Mid game is going to be really important, depending on if it's going to be Tinku or TA. But whoever it is, if you're going to lose the mid game, you can't really get the rotations in time to try and help your other lanes and try to, of course, basically prolong the mid game. So make sure that EG's time to shine comes later and later. As they don't really have that much early game, though of course Juggernaut is still very strong, especially in combination with the Rubik. Telekinesis and Blade Fury there, Keeper of the Light flying over with the Illuminate, well not himself, but just the Illuminate there. It's actually a really solid tool, and we might actually see them on an aggressive trial lane, and that might hurt Denial quite a bit. But let's see who's playing what. Ooh, Spider, spotted. But we have got Odie, played by Jo, he'll be on the mid lane. We've got Bamboo on the Rubik. We see Fear playing the Lone Druid, will be heading towards the top lane, and indeed an aggressive tri lane with PowerNet being the one to play the Juggernaut, with Beediz on the Keeper of the Light supporting both the Juggernaut and the Rubik. And I'll leave Denial to be introduced by you.
Yep, Denial going to be on the Radiant side. Looks like we're going to have Masoku is going to be playing the Treant Protector down in the safe lane. Actually, all heroes in the safe lane at the moment. We're going to have Ewo on the Tinker, Mihawk, playing the Bounty Hunter, Smash on the Templar Assassin, and Mystico on the Bane. I'm kind of expecting Smash to head towards the mid lane on the Templar, and finally Mihawk to the off lane with that Bounty Hunter. Though they could certainly send Ewo to the mid lane. It's a little bit better, I think, to guarantee the farm on the Tinker than the Templar Assassin. Templar also will have a better time in the mid lane against Outworld than Tinker really can.
Yeah, and Bounty Hunter actually got pulled quite heavily. He's got himself and a Poorman shield and then 2 extra sets of regen. So looking pretty strong for him there. As he actually got a really cool bandana. I haven't seen that yet.
The headband one?
Yeah. Mask of Distant Sands. I kind of like
Yeah,
it.
it's the like Arabian set one.
It's kind of cool. Now we are gonna see, whoa, Bane having some trouble. One telekinesis, and with this team he might actually go down. But yeah, the regen rune is there. And that will make, well, that shouldn't be a warning for any kind of battle, though Bane kind of looked for it for a little bit. Like, what Bamboo could do, of course, was just random throw out a telekinesis, so he couldn't get his mana back with a regen rune anyways. So mid lane, an OD versus a TA. TA is gonna be the one that's gonna be slightly less favored, I would expect. Would you agree?
Yeah, they both do really good damage in lane. Smash will have a little bit of an advantage early on, but Jo, as he starts getting those stacks of Astral Imprisonment on Smash, Smash is not going to be able to really last hit. Jo's damage will go up, Smash won't have refraction for damage, so yeah. Eventually, I think Outworld is going to get more and more of an advantage in this lane.
Yeah, meantime on the trial lane here on the bottom, of course, I mean, it is the Tinker that's gonna try to get the farm, and shutting him down is really good, because the longer you delay his boot to travel, the better it will be for EG, and the longer they'll have their, well, the possibility to try and pressure down some towers. On the other side, if they don't get, like, if they don't really win this aggressive trial, and in terms of getting kills and such, their supports are gonna be quite far behind. Whoa, Iwo dropped on the other side of the Blade Fury and might actually go down, will actually go down. Oh, Living Armor is gonna be there though, and it might be enough. Power Net rocket through Merchant of Machines, and he will be the first blood. Iwo with the kill, and that is Living Armor for you, even after being nerfed, still saving lives.
Yeah, it was also really good body blocking from Mystico. It almost looked like it was Tragedy where Mystico was blocking Ewo a little bit there, but was able to get around him in the end and then block Power Net just a bit. And of course, March of the Machines, even at level 1, is a very powerful spell if you're just standing in it. So yeah, good turnaround there by Denial, and I think that they have a really defensive lineup, which is very good against aggressive trialing. They probably were expecting it once the Juggernaut came out, which is very fair. If they can hold this up, it's going to be really strong for them. They're going on Evo again, though.
Yeah, they're going on Mihawk here too on the top lane, but it is Evo that goes down with the two that were initiated on. Tinker is the one to die this time for real, so 1-for-1 is the score. Kill, of course, went to the Rubik. So that is going to be a bit of extra gold for Bamboo. Gets himself some boots with it. And that just shouts like he wants to be even more aggressive than they already were.
Yeah, it was really good timing by EG. Like you were saying, they went on Mihawk in the top lane, and Masoku used Living Armor on him up in that top lane. And as presumably the Bear, Lone Druid player, Bambo, told them that, hey, or actually Fierce playing Lone Druid, told them that they were using that Living Armor, so they immediately engaged on Ewo and got the kill as a result of it.
Yep, and that's the way you do it. You harass one 4-star Living Armor. And I think we talked about that before in different games. If you're up against a Train Protector, running an aggressive tri-lane, forcing the Living Armor either away from those two solo lanes to win the two solo lanes is normally the way to go. And this is even better. Just to force Living Armor out somewhere so your aggressive tri-lane can actually be more successful is, of course, very potent as well. Jo, in the meantime, sitting on 13 denies. 15 last hits so far, but 13 denies is really hurting. They go on Iwo again. Telekinesis, Illuminate, Blade Fury is gonna be enough. No, it is not. Actually, it's not enough as in to the Living Armor that wasn't even there. Actually, we might actually see this tree going down as well. They get 2 kills here on the board. Tinker already getting back into this one. Sends some rockets. Doesn't get a rocket up on Bamboo though. Lucky Bamboo staying alive.
Yeah, I don't think the rocket would have been enough damage anyways. It's level 1, it only does 100 magic damage, like 75 actual damage. He was at about 150 HP, but regardless, they're having a lot of trouble now down here in this bottom lane. There's a lot of magic damage that can come out from EG's tri-lane very quickly, and they don't really have a way to stop the Blade Fury once it's coming on Ewo, so they just immediately lift him, and he's pretty much dead. The Living Armor, of course, gets removed very quickly by the Blade Fury as well, as it's a constant damage coming out. So yeah, I don't know what Denial's really going to be able to do on this bottom lane as time goes on. They got that good turnaround initially, but as levels are coming out on Power Net and Blade Fury is going to get stronger and stronger, they're going to start struggling to survive in this lane.
Yeah, and on top of that, the supports aren't really getting anything next to experience in the lane either, because of course There is a ward still blocking the camp. No sentry wards being purchased by Denial, kind of surprising. Considering you kind of need to stack. If you are a train protector, you want to level. So there they go again. Living armor already off, and that is a nightmare. Keeping Ivo safe for a little while, but it's not enough. And Tinker goes down for the 3rd time this game. And if you're talking about shutting someone down, well, then this is definitely that.
Yeah, and the real big problem is that Denial need all of their heroes to really be able to do something. Mihawk is struggling in the top lane, which is not at all surprising considering he's bounty hunter going up against Lone Druid, and Lone Druid's pretty much awful to face up against his most melee heroes. Nake's maybe the exception to that. And at mid lane, we're going to have Smash going up against Jo, and obviously Smash is doing okay, but Templar Assassin just doesn't match up that well against OD either.
Not at all. And look at that. Well, actually, wow. Oh, Bane goes down again. There goes a kill up on the tree as well. PowerNet might actually die. Oh, nice time salve though, keeping himself alive from the tower hit. Ivo not able to get the kill. Still having a man fight here with Bamboo. Nah, he's fine. But considering there's 16 denies on Jo, I'm quite surprised that Smash is able to keep up with levels as much as he is doing right now, which is quite surprising indeed. And really nicely done, I think, from Smash. But in terms of last hits, of course, he's not going to be coming anywhere close to the OD, as OD is 31 last hits for 16. Of course, Fear doing even a little bit better, having free from there, 36. He's actually going to go for the... Oh, he was going for the... for the bounty hunter. He dove past the tower. Might be bad, because in comes Treant, in comes Bane. Fear trying to run, getting slowed a little bit, getting tracked up as well. Is it gonna be enough is the question. There's gonna be another brain sap there. Kanaz will be there as well. That should be a kill. One brain sap, and it is the kill with the last hit flying in as well. The Nile gets himself Fear, which is a very important pickup because it is the highest farmed hero on the map. And that was the highest level hero on the map as well, next to, of course, the OD.
Yeah, and they were just barely able to kill that. Fear had phase boots up.
Yep.
On his hero, and so Mystico going up for that body block obviously does effectively nothing. He just pops the phase boots, immediately runs through him. But while they're doing this, Ewo is just down here in the bottom lane. He can't even really get close, and Bambo's got trees cut out. He's going to go for the telekinesis and power net.
Yeah, Iwo is going to go down again. No hope for him. Not even a struggle anymore. I mean, he just tries to run, but you can't run from this. Phase boots for power net, telekinesis and fateful there. You just... something has to change. Something has to happen. There has to be a rotation. TA is needed on that bottom lane to make a difference. But even if is TA actually in the place to actually do something on that bottom lane, you think?
Probably not in bottom lane, but they're gonna try in the top lane again. They are smoked up. Both Smash and I believe Mystico's there as well. They're going around. They might have to tower dive if they want to actually go for this. And Mystico looking like thinking he's going for this wraparound.
Yeah, the smoke
I don't know.
Smash
They're definitely
out.
trying to shut down Fear. It's just if they shut down Fear a lot, they're not really doing anything to PowerNet or Jo. So I can't really say that this is definitely the right play.
Yeah, and this is an extra tough situation for them to be in. I mean, of course, they already are in a very tough situation, but you are a lineup that should be shining in the mid game. And now what you'll be doing in the mid game is getting back even rather than getting ahead. And that's not something that you can afford right now. EG, they have the late game. You can't really hope to cope with that. Of course you can try to, but it shouldn't be your #1 aim because the, well, statistical odds are not in your favor. Let's put it that way. Just purely based on hero. Of course you can try to outplay EG, but as we know, like on paper, EG is gonna outplay the Nile if they have the chance.
Yeah, and you never want to say, well, we just want to completely outplay our enemy team. We're going to be way behind, but we're just going to be so much better than them that it'll be okay. Because that's not necessarily how Dota works as often as you want it to. Little plays can make a big difference, especially in the middle of a team fight. But when you're really far behind, you need a lot of little plays to really start catching up. And I don't know necessarily that Denial is even the higher skilled team between these two. EG obviously have some players that have been around forever. PowerNet doesn't even play for a professional team anymore, but is also a very skilled player in Ewo.
Going down again, living armor already gone. He poops the monster machines out still. Sorry, I meant to say popped. But
No, poops.
poops it out.
Poops out a bunch of
Oh,
little
Smash
robots.
might be able to smash something here though. Bamboo in some trouble. Gets hit. One more hit needed for the kill. They do get that one. But that is it, and that's still not a worthy trade. I mean, right now you can't even. You don't want to trade. You want to get your boots of travel up so that EG is gonna get punished for trying to push into your tower so far. But it's so far from now that boots of travel will be on that it's gonna be enormously tough for Denial to actually get to that point without losing more than they already have. But yeah, the Smash is doing the right thing, rotating. Omnislash is gonna be there. Nice Fiend's Grip though. The Blade Fury is still hurting on Bane quite a bit, but in comes Smash. And that's gonna be PowerNet going down. No, there Calypso gets dropped and it's gonna be kills all over the place. The Bounty Hunter went down. The Bane will go down as well. That's a double kill for Jo. Maybe we're gonna see the Keeper of Light die, but a TP out should be enough for BDS to get himself into safety as well.
And Smash missed on the Meld Strike because of the blinding light. I think that might have been a kill on him had he not missed there. Of course, it's like a 70, I believe it's 70% miss chance, so him hitting would have been rather unlikely, especially since he hit before it. Smash trying to get away in the mid lane now, living armor keeping him safe. He should be perfectly fine. Arcane Orb does a little bit of damage to the living armor, but
not as much. Look at the OD gold though.
3,000 gold. That's so much gold, and I'm not sure why Masoku is chasing on Bamboo there. He's forced to back off now. Definitely not going to be able to get that kill as Tree Protector without his ultimate.
And the level difference starting to be also quite painful. Well, actually, it's not as big. Well, it is quite big, especially between the two solo lanes, actually. Yeah.
So I don't know what he's going to go for with this 3,000 gold. There's so many different items that are very effective on a hero like Outworld. He could go for Force Staff, he could pick up Mechanism for his team. I don't really think that he's going that route. If he were going Mech, I think he would have already purchased it. It looks like he's going
yeah, thingy.
Rod of Athos.
Yep.
That item that we never see that I can never remember the name of because it's terrible.
I actually really like it. Because especially if you're up against a Templar Assassin, the thing that a TA needs to do is need to get to you and then hit you, but if you can slow it before it reaches you, you can actually hit the target a couple more times before it reaches you, and it might actually die before then.
Unless she picks a Blink Dagger, in which case you could just have Force Staff.
You really think she's gonna get enough farm to get a Blink Dagger? I think she's gonna have to start building towards some more semi-carry items like Yasha.
I guess she only has 18 last hits. I kind of assumed she had more, but I wasn't really looking. Yeah, maybe not. If Jo is aware of how much he has destroyed Smash in lane, smash.
Yeah,
I guess.
He smashed.
Yeah, alright.
I
guess that makes sense.
There we go.
And if Jo's gonna start moving around the map with this and try and get kills, in the meantime he's just gonna die.
He's just gonna die. Fiend's Grip used for that one. The Smash able to smash the Smasher in return. The Smasher that smashed Smash.
He used Rod of Athos on Smash. It didn't work out so well.
Damn! That's my theory.
I wonder now if he had Force Staffed away, he would have gotten away.
In the meantime, though, the tower is gonna go down to the top lane. Oh wow, Nightmare on the melee creep. Big plays coming out here from the Bane. Sad creep. But that's only the first tower that actually goes down, which is quite decent for the Nile. I mean, okay, everything has been shut down quite heavily, but at some point Iwo is gonna have his boot to travel, and if you then still have got some towers up, that's gonna be making it all the easier for the Nile to continuously push the lanes out. The question is, like, how fast will that boot to travel be up, and how many towers are still standing when that actually happens? In the meantime, Roshan seems to be the target for Jo. Gonna be having fear there as well, getting recalled by Beatus. Beatus is calling everybody to the hood. And this is gonna be a very early Roshan with a team that normally maybe, well, I guess with the Healing Ward and the Bear they could be definitely a team that does it early.
Yeah, Healing Ward is very effective with the Bear, just the synergy between those two abilities.
Whoa, Bane! That's not your March of the Machines! Walks right through it. Don't think he realized that Bamboo's March of the Machines was the one that he walked through it. So Brain Steps keeps him up. In the meantime, the Nile is going to be inside, or Iwo is already dead. Never mind that. Eclipse gets dropped. And they rotate to the middle lane. Oh, who's there? Bounty Hunter almost gets himself Bamboo. Steals a Shuriken toss. I don't think that Bamboo will be able to live though. One hit is all that it takes, and that's going to be right there. And And a kill, a track kill going the way of the Nile. Overgrowth is going to be there as well. But Tree will go down. Fiend's Grip up on Jo from the low ground. In comes Smash. 1 hit, 2 hit. And that's going to be an Astral Imprisonment only for a short while though. But he'll buy some time for his teams to get away. Buyback from Jo. TP's towards the mid lane. Probably could have been TPing towards the bottom lane to be back here earlier because he is making his way over. Illuminate didn't hit up on Mihawk. So didn't get the extra kill. But the fight's still going on. Track going off. And that's indeed tracks from Rubik indeed. As Bamboo trying to run himself out. Nice telekinesis. Stuns up. Smash and Masoku. Now the trap goes off. The slow is there. Bamboo running for his life. Gets himself another track to get some extra movement speed. Might be enough, but the trap slow is still there. And that should be a kill going the way of the Nile. Unless Bamboo is super duper safe, which might actually be the case, but he can't TP yet. Maybe he can actually deny himself to neutrals. 1 hit. Neutral deny. Nicely done, Bamboo.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, he can't believe he got away with the neutral deny. I think he just got out of vision right as the rocket went off from Iwo to dodge it. Regardless, he gets away by just killing himself effectively on the neutrals. That denies Denial that experience, gold, and they spent a lot of time chasing him with like 4 heroes. Yeah. So ends up making them look a little bit silly, but it wasn't actually the worst fight for Denial, all things considered. They got a kill on the Outworld. They didn't manage to take down Lone Druid, who still has the Aegis. But things definitely could be worse when you're playing from this far behind.
True. I was like, yeah, it was like kind of cue up the Benny Hill music kind of style. But yeah, in the end, I mean, Denial definitely gets a bit of a trade for it, even though they also, of course, waste a bit of time. But at the same time, they don't lose any more towers. They don't lose any more map control. Though, if you look at the sentry wards on the map, maybe that's a bit of a... Like, they do get some extra sentry wards inside their jungle, quite a few actually. But it could have been a lot worse, as you pointed out. I mean, they are fighting from behind, from quite a bit behind as well. Almost 10k gold behind, experience graph towards the 7,500. And in terms of net worth, we've got ourselves 2 of the cores of EG sitting on top fairly far above, actually, sorry, 3 of the cores, because one of the bars for me is bugged, but all 3 of the cores of EG sitting very far above all 3 cores of Denial.
Yeah, that's really going to be the problem as the game goes on. Denial's lineup is very powerful right now. Even though they're playing from behind, they could sort of force these fights against EG. But like the game is going to keep going later and later. They're not really in a position to win it right now for Denial. And EG is just going to eventually very much outclass their heroes.
In the meantime, 5-man Dota coming for EG. Marching Machines, they don't care. They've got that healing ward. Astral Imprisonment kinda oddly timed because there was also an Illuminate flying right at him. Bear getting a Nightmare on him. Sweet Dreams. Tower will still go down though. Still feared to pick it up. Does EG want to fight is the question. Do they want to have another chase around like they had a moment ago? They have everything up that they want to have.
Yeah, I think I'm better use Sanity's Eclipse. Maybe, like, it only really hit on Ewo last fight and it killed him, certainly. But he was already low on HP. Could just, if they get a big Sanity's Eclipse that hits 3-4 heroes, they're probably just going to kill Denial before they can take any of these kills. Especially if they have that healing ward up from PowerNet. But they are just going to rotate to the bottom lane and take that last tier 1 tower, I expect.
Yeah, Yasha up on the Juggernaut in the meantime. I mean, it looks like EG, I mean, they really have all their core items up, and talking about core items, that's going to be the Radiance ready on the Bear as well, and whoa, wait a second, Rubik still ends up going down. Nice haste room by Smash, making it happen. Maybe they can get some more. Jo getting slowed down, Fiend's Grip there as well, nobody there to save him. PowerNet, can he do something? The Omni Slash will be there. Jo lands the Eclipse, but does end up dropping. PowerNet gets Overgrowth, twirling around on the spot. Illuminate will fly through, marking a safe exit for the Juggernaut. Fear will end up going down, but he had the Aegis. And that Bear is still burning away, burning a hole in Mihawk, and he will actually get the kill if the Bear continues to chase, but he doesn't. 18 HP left. Mihawk will live. And will live happily ever after. Smash, telekinesis, Smash, dead. And that's gonna be EG, even though losing 2. End up getting some return kills as well. And might even get a tower out of this, even though no healing ward just yet for another 15 seconds. But everybody of the Nile has backed off.
Yeah, that was somewhat weird by Smash that he ran and like attacked the Bear a little bit there. Maybe he thought he could take it down quickly. I don't know. PowerNet survives just barely. I think that's kind of a big deal for EG. It ends up being a 2-for-2 kill trade. There were track kills for Denial, so that's good, but EG get the tower. And things look pretty even after that fight, but again, EG already have the advantage. And they're still just farming while Denial are forced constantly to go back and heal up after these fights.
Yeah.
Healing ward, too strong.
Indeed, that is just allowing EG to continuously apply pressure, not giving Denial any leeway, any time or space to do anything else but come to defend where EG is pushing in. And that is right now at the tier 2 on the bottom lane. Illuminate already was there, so no creep wave to deal with, and that's a tier 2 death. They back off in the end. But I think it's just about, you know, systematically rotating, getting all the tier 2s before going towards the tier 3s. Depending on if they find a fight before then. Because I think if they find a fight and they take it, they might end up on the tier 3 towers anyway. Depending, of course, on how big of a win it is. I mean, Jo, in the end, I mean, he's been doing really well in that mid lane, and he's now finally building his 4th staff. But he did die 3 times now already. And he is not as far ahead as he was before, but of course, Fear. He is the one. Oh, wow, jeez. Look at that ancient stack. If only the Tinker was here. Right?
Yeah, or like a gyrocopter, which
yep.
keep the farm it up quickly. Like Fear can do his best, and they have the healing ward on the ground to try and keep him alive. But this is a really slow ancient farm, considering that there's like 6 stacks here, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a lot of money going to EG, a team that's already way ahead. I don't know, Denial. I think it's just a matter of time now. They're kind of the running has been on the wall for this game for some time. EG probably going to go and grab the last 2 tier towers. They have about 3 minutes to do that before Roshan respawns, so in the next 3 minutes look for them to take at least 1 tier 2, if not both. Maybe 1 more fight if Denial try to defend, and then back off, get the Aegis to set up for that high ground.
Yeah, there's an ancient stack for the Radiant as well, but it is not as big as the one we just saw on the Dire. Ivo's still getting some farm from it though, and he has got enough gold to buy his boots of travel right now, unless he gets caught out and ends up dying right here. So we already see the bear making his way over. Ivo knowing something's up, so backs off the other way. In the meantime, tier 1 tower goes down top, so extra gold, bit of extra gold to Denial.
Yeah, but Fear is going to be able to finish off this creep stack now. So...
And that, of course, were the biggest creep that were left. And we have got a pause coming out from the Bane, who's sitting on top lane. The tier 2 tower is going to be their target. I don't think they're going to have the space to actually continue going for it, though, because with the speed that EG is just pushing in this middle lane, they are going to be forced back.
Yeah, I think they're going to struggle to get down this top tier 2, really, before anything happens. Like, if they want to try and force it, EG might be able to start laying some damage on that tier 3 in the mid lane, and that's not really ideal. You don't want to give up a tier 3 for a tier 2. Even though Fear isn't currently pushing with them, so it's a little bit slower, they still do quite a bit of damage, and of course Fear will be there momentarily as soon as he finishes up this ancient stack.
Yeah, and on top of that, I mean, they have turtle potential, right? They've got the March of the Machines. But Tinker is actually walking his way back to base right now. Then he'll have his boots to travel. He'll be starting to spam March of the Machines, but at this point, Healing Ward is there, and I don't think that EG is going to feel the need to really back off. I mean, they've got almost the mechanism done, just 20 gold needed on Beat is, so they have and the Healing Ward and the mechanism. It's so tough. What do you think? Oh, Rubik is going to almost have his Blink Dagger actually ready as well. I mean, the advantage that EG has is just making sure that even if Denial gets their core items up right now, they won't be able to use it the way that they otherwise would have if the game was even.
Yeah, they're going to have the turtling potential, but EG also have the pushing power that they don't need to really commit that much to it. March of the Machines isn't that effective at killing the bear. They could, of course, drop that healing ward. It keeps the bear very, very safe because he heals so quickly from it. And because March of the Machines does do magic damage, even if it goes through BKB, and the bear just has that natural magic armor, it's going to be difficult to push him off of it, and they don't need the heroes to really stand in the March.
Yep.
If anyone comes forward to try and kill the bear, then EG can initiate it on them very easily. So like they didn't even commit really anything, and they took away 3/4, 4/5 of that HP of the tier 3. They do have the living armor to try and heal it back up, but like EG, they didn't even need to really commit there. They can go the top lane now, start pushing that out, and then back off for Roshan, which is up in a minute.
Yeah, and with that Aegis, I'm thinking not just tier 2, not just tier 3. Go for the push, go for the game. I feel like they're in a position to do so, even though their lineup doesn't really force it out. I mean, they don't need to rush. They are not in any hurry. But they can. I think they can. As far ahead as they are, and as little as Denial can do without having their items up. I mean, sure, Tinker has got one of his core items, which is, of course, the Boots of Travel. But if you want to successfully split push, you need that Blink Dagger. Or at least a Force Staff, even though Blink Dagger is, of course, preferable for split pushing. But he's kind of far away from that. And it will still not be an easy quest. In the meantime, Smash, he hasn't gotten anything next to drums, and having himself now also a Blade of Alacrity, probably will be heading, oh wait a second, we'll be heading towards the grave. Maybe Telekinesis is still going to be there, Astral Imprisonment there as well, and that is going to be Smash trying to do some damage, while he is the one that will probably go down. One more hit needed, and that's going to be Refraction hit. So Smash actually keeping it safe, trying to turn it around. Never mind, Lone Druid with the hit, and that is going to be a kill. Again, Mechanism goes up, e.g. they don't need to back off towards the base, they can just continue going.
Yeah, now that they got a pick off on a hero like Smash, who does a lot of damage in these fights, even if she doesn't have a lot of farm in the Templar system, they could try and force this tier 3 very easily. Again, March of the Machines, it does a lot of damage to heroes, but it doesn't really stop the bear. We're going to see Ewo try his best to try to stop this push via March of the Machines, but here comes the bear now.
Yeah, and there comes Telekinesis and Astral Imprisonment. This is an out of mana Tinker. He can't do anything. Gets dropped to the low ground, only slash, and now the March of the Machines isn't even a factor anymore. And this is a fortification trying to delay the push. But Tinker, he does not have a buyback. He does not have the gold. We do have the Templar Assassin back on again. As in the meantime, tracks going on left and right because Rubik stole the track again. So they get themselves the Bounty Hunter tracked up. And dead also, by the way. That's what happened right there. Kind of missed it half, but yeah, that was the Bounty Hunter right there. And that's also the Rex. And are
they could just go bottom, yeah.
Yeah, and do they even want to go bottom? Do you want to go for tier 4s at this stage?
I mean, they can go for tier 4s. It's a little bit riskier, and they don't really need to play that risky.
True.
I would expect them to just move towards the bottom lane. They're actually not even going. Okay, I don't know why they walked out of the base and then back in. They just wasted like a couple of seconds of their time. Regardless, they're going to be able to get the tier 3 very easily. Tinker is respawning, but again, they're still down a hero because they're trying to defend constantly. They're taking a lot of damage from these spells, and they're not really stopping them in any way.
Well, the healing ward is still up, and nobody trying to hit it. You're like, you only need one hit, Bane. No, Bane dead. Never mind. That's going to be an Eclipse. Fate Bolt to pick up the Bounty Hunter. Triple kill for Jo. And 4 people on the sideline as there's an ultra kill right there. No Rampage, though. And the GG gets called. It was, of course, only game number 1, but very dominant for EG and Denial. I hope they're going to be able to put up a better fight in the next game, because this looked to be super duper one-sided. And I think, if you hear the entire evening already, that we've had enough one-sided games already. May I just remind you that the Winners Bracket Finals will be after this best of 3, so that means that, well, actually I won't reveal the winner of the other best of 3 for the VODs, but I will say that after the game is done. Like I said, we're going to see game number 2 of a best of 3. This is the match that decides who goes to the Winners Bracket and who goes to the Loser Bracket. It is group number C. The 2 winners of the group stage will be moving on to the playoffs, and the other 2 get dropped out. You're, of course, watching the Corsair Gaming Summer Tournament with myself at SheeverGaming on Twitter, and Kanaz, who is at Kanaz Dota on Twitter as well. So stick with us, and we'll be right back.